that thug life tat on his stomach, and that's what everybody tries to take away from it. It's like you hope that people like this, and that's why like he died at 33, bro. Like I mean I hope he does die in that way, but I just feel like it's gonna be like anything else, bro. Like Nipsey did not deserve to be just another hashtag. So yeah, I hope he does die like I hope he does have that legacy. But when you think about, man, even with, and I don't even like to do that, compare deaths or nothing, but even with X, when he died, everybody's like, oh, he spoke on depression, this, that, and third. Like, people not looking at X like that no more. Like, it's just like, you hope that people are able to realize what that man really meant. And he literally led by example. And that's probably the biggest thing that people should take away. But in this age, bro, everything is just a hashtag. And you really don't want him to die. It's just another hashtag.
What's up, everybody? You watching Kickback? I'm your host, Dtay Blackie. On this episode, we'll be talking about the late, great Nipsey Hussle. And joining me today is two guys you already seen before. The first one, Sean. It's goody. And the second one is Trav. Goody. How y'all? How's everything?
Chilling, good.
Cool. Alright, so when you think about Nipsey Hussle, what's the first thing that comes to mind? And what song or project you think of?
So when you think about Nipsey Hussle, I feel like the first word that would come to mind is growth. Because you were able to see how he's developed as a person, and even more than that, he let you see that. And I feel like the first project that I ever heard that I really liked by him was No Pressure. He did it with Being on Something. I forgot what his name was, but I heard Never Going No. That was the song, and then after that, I just tune in. But I feel, yeah.
Trav?
When I think about Nipsey, I just think about like a real nigga. Like he was out here like doing his thing in every aspect. Like we know like he was a gangbanger and like he don't have like no type of smut on his name. Like he's real right with his gangbanging shit. He out here on his humanitarian shit. Like he was just trying to make everything better for his people, for his culture and shit like that. And it's just a sad tragedy that he was taken away so early because he was out here doing his thing and he had more bigger things to do, and like he'll never get the chance to do that, and that shit is just sad. And like the project that I think about when I think about Nipsey, like the first project is probably his Crenshaw project, which is like a big mixtape. Like he sold them like $100 a pop, and I remember that I was like, what the fuck, like $100 for a mixtape? He's filing, but I'm like, there's something bigger to it. Like he knows something that I don't, and like that shit actually sold. Like Jay bought I think 100 copies or some shit. Like it was crazy. It's just like, yo, this nigga is smart, his businessman shit, and I admire it. You feel me? Like, this shit just sad.
Here's how you do it, Proud to Pay. It's a $100 CD. Come to the pop-up shop. So you know I had won over enough people that we sold out the first 1,000 in the first day.
My whole intention was just get the people talking about it. I want everybody to, be like, why is he charging 100? What make you think it's worth 100?
But the thing with that, he said like, the project was already up for free. People could have got it for free, but if you're like a diehard fan, and everyone hear that when it drop at 8 a.m. in the morning, you get it at like 12 if you don't want to wait and pay 100. And that's for like the people that really mess with his music a lot. So it's like, it was free at the same time.
And the thing is, he had like, if you bought the shit, like he had like a secret code shit. Like you could go to like a listening party and like a fucking like concert shit. So that was wavy too that he did.
It was like it was a package deal.
Yeah.
Everything that he did with that was wavy. Like just putting his album at like, it's a premium. Like my album, like he really, if you think about a lot of the shit that he did, everything was so purposeful.
Yeah.
And
that's a fact.
Yeah, man. For him to have died, it's not even that he just died. Like it's the manner in which he did. Like that's what really will sit with you, and it just it upsets a vibe. Like
So going off the project part, right? What do you and his passing? We're gonna talk about Victory Lap. Where do you think that's gonna rank due to his passing?
Victory Lap, like rank.
Cause like when people pass away, all the time, and like the significance of it now, because people don't really appreciate projects until the person is gone. Like for example, like Mac Miller. Nobody didn't care about his not nobody cared, but it wasn't make as much noise when he was alive. But once he died, everybody showed him so much love. It went up for a nomination. So what do you think people gonna think about Victory Lap now since Nipsey just passed?
I think it's gonna have the same effect basically, cause like it was already doing good, but now that obviously it's passing, you know, it increases. Now his sales is going up and stuff more. It moved back into #1 album last week or something like that. So like I think it's probably gonna like they're probably gonna cement it definitely as one of like the top West Coast albums of all time, shit like that. But like as you talk about as a whole, like for rap period,
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
we got that.
So, yeah, basically, like, it's crazy. Like, he put his, where everybody finally started listening to Nips.
Yeah.
And then that's what, it really, like, having a conversation like this, it sucks to talk about a man. Like, right? He literally was just put on the stage that he needed to be put on. And then it's like what you said, I mean, nobody looking at, like, I love Nips, I listen to his music. Victory Lap is one of my favorite albums, but I'm not ignorant. Like, that's not one of the best rap albums of all time. Definitely probably on the West Coast, but
It's just
to talk about it historically, like, unfortunately, Nips probably gonna die in the same way Maynard Pac did. Like, the way we don't really talk about Pac's albums.
Yeah.
But Victory Lap, thank God that he was able to put that out, because that is something that people are going to talk about. That is something that people, like, everyday people could listen to. And yeah, it's crazy, like, that he was really able to, like, that was his last project, and then you could have just.
I feel like at least he went out on a good note when it comes to music wise, though. I feel like that's a good. Let's look at the
What's
positive.
the bad? Like,
But I'm saying no music, like you know, he put his all into his Victory Lap. Cause some people when they put out an album, it's not all great hits or like good songs on it. For Nipsey Victory Lap, every song on it was like a good song. Not even like say it was a slap, but it was something you could still listen to, like I catch a vibe, and can speak to you in different ways.
I feel like that's all Nipsey's music though. Nipsey is literally, and this shit is, might sound corny, but like Nipsey is literally a vibe, bro. Like when you listen, like you could listen to that nigga on anything. Like he literally is, bro. Even his ignorant shit, like it's just everything he ever puts out, bro. It's just he has a certain style. Like that's Nipsey Hussle when you hear him, and it's not, and that's why like he's not as big as a lot of people, because he literally stays true to that, and that's why I feel like it's crazy that Victory Lap did slap that hard and was really able to touch so many people. And
Cause he been making that type of music his whole career.
The thing, all right. So I'm gonna get off what you said, but before I go on that, I'm gonna say something real quick. Like after he passed, his music sales went up to like 776%, and all that going straight to his family. So I feel like I like all the support. Even like some people like that's like fake love. People showing him fake love, fake fans. But I feel like it don't really matter because he's still getting love.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like a diehard fan as long as you're showing that man respect and love.
Yeah.
All the profit is going straight to his family because he's clear about like he owned every single.
Oh, his master.
Yeah, profit of it. So for the people that don't really know Nipsey, what do you think his perception going to be now? But I wasn't really in tune with his music or who he was as a person.
Now you see all the love that he's getting, so like he's just gonna go down as a great guy, a great individual, great black man who just wanted to make a change for his people, and he was starting to do that, and he was doing that in his community slowly for years, and now people starting to finally see it, and it's like wow, like we had no idea, like we just thought he was just another rapper. A lot of people didn't know about all the stuff he was doing, getting a little STEM programs for the kids in the community and stuff like that. Like he was making a real change in his community, and it's sad that happened to him. So like he's just gonna be perceived as a great black man who was trying to make a change, who started it, and who only got to start it, and he was going to be able to finish it, but it was just his life was taken away from him because he was on a great path.
Alright.
you know, I think about that. I feel like I hope so, but the same way that Pac died, and then now everybody just remembers Pac for that Thug Life tat on his stomach, and that's what everybody tries to take away from it. It's like you hope that people like this, and that's why like he died at 33, bro. Like I mean I hope he does die in that way, but I just feel like it's gonna be like anything else, bro. Like Nipsey did not deserve to be just another hashtag. So yeah, I hope he does die like I hope he does have that legacy. But when you think about, man, even with, and I don't even like to do that, compare deaths or nothing, but even with X, when he died, everybody's like, oh, he spoke on depression, this, that, and third. Like, people not looking at X like that no more. Like, it's just, like, you hope that people are able to realize what that man really meant. And he literally led by example. And that's probably the biggest thing that people should take away. But in this age, bro, everything is just a hashtag. And you really don't want him to die. It's just another hashtag.
Alright, so going off your point where you said, like, what people should know what he meant, what do you think his impact is on the culture of hip-hop?
You gotta wait and see. You gotta see what comes out after this. Like I said, bro, after Pac died, everybody came out with all this love and peace. Right now we're in this love and peace stage, but it's like, bro, when is it gonna stop?
But if you ever seen on social media, they had the all different gangs of LA
They did that
in one.
You know how many times I've seen that in my life? How many times I've seen Bloods and Crips come together for some type of like anointing? Like, it's not about doing it for a week. It's not about doing it for a month. Like, when is it gonna change? How many Nipseys is gonna have to die? There's been many Nipseys before Nipsey. Nipsey is just an embodiment of another person, of another energy, and he had to die for what? So it's like, how many times is this about to happen?
Alright, Trav.
So basically, I agree with what he just said. Like, it's cool. We do it for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a month, year, but it has to actually change. Like, it's not really growth that we see for a week if they do this. Like, we've seen that before. People come together for a week and we say RIP for a week, RIP for a month. But then what happens after that? Are y'all still just gonna forget about his legacy? Is his legacy really gonna live on? And I think it deserves to, with his music and away from his music as a man, the stuff that he was trying to do, the stuff he was trying to change. Like, it's important to not, like, we can't just, like, forget about it once a year or something goes away. Like, he doesn't deserve that. The stuff that he was trying to do for his people, that needs to be cherished forever. The stuff that he was doing in music, the stuff that he was, the little gems that he was dropping, preaching to rappers to own your masses and stuff like that. Don't slave for these white crackers. In his lyric, like he said, like, get on your grind, get on your marathon, don't stay stagnant. The marathon is going to continue, has to continue, because it's only right.
Yeah, and like, where it's like, I didn't even start really listening to Nipsey, so I started listening to his interviews. Like, I listen to him a lot now, just because I hear that same message. But it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, everything, I agree. Like, it can't, when you ask him what's his impact on the culture, it's like everything else. You don't see what Jay's impact was. We seen Jay's impact 10 years later. He, like, people are crediting Jay because of what he did. Like, you're gonna see in time what Nipsey has created. Like,
artists, there's a business model that exists in the music industry to prevent you from having ownership, to prevent you from being a partner in the lion's share of the profit.
We kind of like touched on our next question about his legacy and all that, but like, what do you hope his legacy be in 10 years? For like, what do you want people to remember him for and as? Because like, you see Tupac, 10 years later, he's so relevant, people still talk about him.
Well, what, man, we was literally talking about Pac the other day.
Yeah.
How do you think people view Tupac?
As a revolution, like, depends on who you talk to, because Tupac is in, like...
That's exactly how I feel people are going to feel about Nipsey. Like, niggas that listen to him and heard his message, bro, it's going to be a whole different level. Like, it's not, people that are talking about Nipsey's this, Nipsey's that, just because he died, like, you never got the message. And it's not going to sit with you that long, because you were not allowed to be a student. Like, there are people in life that you need to listen to. And he was one of those people, like, something that we always complain about. We don't have a leader. And it's like, it shouldn't, like, you can't be led by a dead man. So why are you now choosing to let this man, like, it's not going to sit the same way. So when we talk about Pac, and that's why I literally think about Pac every time I think about Nips now. Like, in 10 years, bro, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know.
Trav?
What was your question again?
What do you hope his legacy will be in like 10 years?
His legacy, I just hope he's just talked about still, and he's always remembered for being that young nigga from LA who was a Crip, coming up, started on his rap and shit, and he took that and led it to something bigger. He started to actually make a change. He wasn't just saying shit for raps or something like that. He was actually making a difference in people's life and his community. Like, don't forget that he was on his way to do bigger and better things for his people, and he already started that, and that needs to be remembered forever.
Right. And then people, like what you said earlier about, he was like a real, like what you, like nothing could be taken away from him. A lot of these rappers, bro, you could take shots on them about what they're really doing.
Say
like
they gangster, but they really not. These niggas snitching. None of that. Nipsey's a real nigga. You ask a Crip on, he's a real nigga. Ain't no smut on his rap for real.
Yeah, everybody love him from like Crips
general,
and Bloods,
general
any type of
from
gang.
every type of niggas, like Crips, Bloods, Essays, Vice Lords, all that. It's just love because they appreciate a real nigga.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to my last two questions. All right, what's one life lesson you take from Nipsey Hussle?
ownership. Nigga, like, if anything, like, ownership of everything, bro. Like, control of your life, control of everything. Like, what we were just saying about, he was literally, like, he literally came from nothing, bro. Like, on some shit, bro. Moved out of his crib at 14, had to provide for himself. And it's like, he literally just had this mentality of, yo, I'm going to be that. And that is something that anybody needs to take. Like, every day I wake up, bro, I'm just like, life is way easier for me. Like, I'm never gonna have to go through some shit that he went through, and like look at his world stage, and it's just like, bro, he led by example. So it's like, I want that for myself, bro, and maybe in other ways, but it's, I like, if he was employing niggas from his own hood at his shops, like
Felons. Because you know how hard it is to get a job when you have a felony and shit like that. He was employing felons and shit like that, making sure that they could helping crackheads and shit off the street, get a meal, get some clothes, cleaning them up. Like, that's real nigga shit. Like, he not doing that for the fame. That's just a real genuine nigga walking on the street. You see a crackhead, yo, you good? Like, what you need? Like, you hungry? Like, that's real. That's a real person. Like, you gotta respect that shit.
Does it feel to be famous?
Fuck fame, man. Nigga, don't get some money, man. Don't worry about no fame. That's my true answer. You know what I'm saying?
Man, talking about, like, my fault. When he said, when he was at the shop, that he used to get kicked off of, like,
he used to sell his mixtapes. Yeah, kicked them off.
Said, yo, I own this shit now, bro.
Now they
pay him rent. Like, that's some real bullshit.
It's OD that he died on his own property, too.
That shit is crazy.
There's niggas that's not thinking like that, bro. Like, that ownership shit, that real life entrepreneur. Everybody nowadays wants to be an entrepreneur. Like, no. That nigga was an entrepreneur on a whole different level. And it's a mentality, bro.
Trav, what's one lesson you take from Nipsey?
The one lesson I take from Nipsey was one of his shit, like, one of his trademarks was the TMC shit, which is the Marathon Continues. And, like, I've been bumping Nipsey for a minute. And, like, that shit just resonated with me, like, when his message with the Marathon Continues. Because, like, to me, that shit means, like, you know, life is a marathon. Like, it's not a sprint. Like, you just gotta get on your shit. Get on your grind. It shit not gonna come easy. Just get on your bullshit, and that shit, as long as you work for it, that shit gonna come to you. You feel me? And that shit always just stays with me. So that's one thing I always remember. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting the TMC flag tatted on me as soon as possible when I get back to the town. So I'm gonna see that shit soon, cause R.I.P. to Nip, that was really my guy.
And then my last question: that one life lesson, how you gonna apply it to your life?
Nigga, what's Nipsey's like, bro?
That one life, the life lesson you said that spoke
I'm
about
telling
ownership.
you though,
and
like,
you said,
it's bro, Nipsey more than talking about, like, nigga, Nipsey is a way of life, bro. Like, and it's, I'm not going to lie, like, he's not my favorite artist all the time, but when you talk about a nigga that you could literally just sit and listen to and learn from, bro, like, so when you're saying, like, so, all right, you said that one life lesson. So, how can I take ownership into my life?
Yeah, how you gonna apply it
I'm
to your life?
I'm my own boss. I take care of everything that I do. Anything that happens to me, bro, something Nipsey never did was ever play the victim. And that's what a lot of niggas do. They play that they're a victim, bro. And nobody on the planet could have said that there was a victim more than Nipsey. He literally died to what he literally, bro. So it's like, to say that I can't. I'm just in control, bro. And that's something you owe, like every single decision I make, every move that I do, like I'm just constantly thinking about, like what he said, it's the marathon. Yeah, this might short term, it's gonna do this for me. It's the marathon, not a sprint, bro. Where's my end goal? How am I gonna end with this?
Then Trav?
To apply that to my life is basically the marathon continues. Like just always keep that in my mind. Like yo, listen, nothing's gonna come easy. Nobody ever got anything from doing nothing. Like you gotta get on your shit. If you want it, you gotta go out there and get to it. You feel me? I'm just gonna keep that in mind going through life. Like nothing's gonna come easy. Like you gotta work for everything. Like and the shit is gonna pay off once you get where you want to be.
My advice would be define who you are and what you are and be clear on that, meditate on that, and then live and die by it.
Till next time, the marathon continues. I love y'all, appreciate the support, and until next time, hustle.